Hi, this is Darren Sabedra with the Bay Area Preps HQ, the headquarters for high school sports coverage in the Mercury News and East Bay Times. I'm here with colleague Mike Lefkow. Mike and I are here at De La Salle today, here in the quad, getting ready to preview week one of the high school football season. Can you believe it's already here, week one?
I keep looking at the calendar and saying, wow, it's only August. But yep, we're ready for it.
All right. Well, we've shot a separate video previewing the De La Salle St. Thomas Aquinas game. You can find that at mercurynews.com and eastbaytimes.com. Be sure to sign up for that digital season pass, 16 cents a day for a whole year or 21 cents a day for 6 months. Gets you all the content on the two websites, concert reviews, news stories, pro sports, college sports, high school sports. It gives you everything.
It does. It gives you a lot.
Hey, Mike, we're going to start off with a game that you're going to be covering. You're going to be in Stockton on Friday night to see the Pittsburgh Pirates, who blew out St. Mary's of Stockton last year. But I have a feeling they're going to be seeing a different St. Mary's team Friday night in Stockton.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a much closer game than last year. I think last year the score was 48-0. And I don't think you're going to see anything like that this year. I think it's going to be a close, tense, hard-fought game. And we'll just have to see who pulls this one out.
We were at the Pittsburgh scrimmage on Friday night, along with De La Salle and James Logan. We talked to Vic Galley after the scrimmage. His team has a lot of speed. I mean, we don't know a lot about them because, I mean, they had so many marquee players last year who have moved on. But I was very impressed with the speed that Pittsburgh brought to the field on Friday night.
Yeah, this is one of the faster teams I've seen Pittsburgh have, and I think their physicality might be the difference in how good they are and what kind of team they have. I mean, last year was a little bit of a disappointment. They lost 4 games, but they've got some serious talent.
Our colleague Vitas Masica will also be in the East Bay. He'll be on the 680 corridor, where Monta Vista will be at home in Danville to play Granite Bay. Monta Vista jump-started its season last year with a huge win in the Sacramento area over Granite Bay. Low-scoring affair in that game. I kind of see it being another tight, tense game Friday night. How do you see it? I mean, we did the feature on Nate Rashina, the standout from Monta Vista. He's pumped for this game. What do you think?
I think this game is going to say a lot about what kind of team Monta Vista is going to have. You look at the talent on that roster, and they are deep. They're talented. They've got size. They've got speed. They've got everything to have a really big year. And I think we're going to get a good indication of what kind of team they'll have.
Monta Vista also has a nice non-league schedule where they're going to go to Liberty. They also play Bishop O'Dowd in a rematch of the game that you covered last year that Bishop O'Dowd won on a walk-off field goal. So a lot of good things in store for fans of the Monta Vista Mustangs. Matt Schwab back with us on our coverage team. He's going to be in Antioch on Friday night to see Amador Valley. Amador Valley and Antioch. Antioch with DeJuan Butler, Cal-bound stud. I don't know a whole lot about Antioch. They weren't in our top 25. Maybe they're chomping at the bit to get in there next week. What do you think about Antioch?
I think Antioch has a good team, but like you said, we don't know a lot about Antioch. We don't know a lot about Amador Valley either. They lost Dominic Mazzotti, so they're not going to be this. I think these are two mystery teams. This is a very intriguing game.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what that outcome is going to be. Antioch, I mean, they've had some hot starts in recent years. I mean, they've had some pretty impressive wins early on and then kind of faded down the stretch. We'll see how they do.
I think Antioch could be a pretty good defensive team. You got DeJuan Butler, who is going to Cal, and they've got the defensive lineman who's going to be a big-time recruit. I think that's a team that could be very good defensively.
Curtis Pashelka will be in Pleasanton on Friday night, where San Leandro is going to go take on Foothill. Foothill, I mean, once a power in the North Coast section, has fallen on lean times. Do you think Foothill can get it back? I mean, what are your anticipations of the Foothill team that will show up to play San Leandro on Friday?
Well, for myself, I'm a little more curious about San Leandro than I am about Foothill, because I think Foothill's going to struggle at times this year. We don't know for sure, but San Leandro's got some talent. They're a good team. They're the ones that are going to have to challenge Bishop O'Dowd in the West Alameda County Conference. So I'm very curious to see what San Leandro's going to be like.
And before we wrap this up, I mean, we've expanded our coverage area this season to include the North Bay and Monterey County. and a big game on Saturday where Marin Catholic is going to be at home taking on El Cerrito. What do you see with El Cerrito?
Again, they're a little bit of a mystery team. I look at the roster, and they've got some athletes. They've got some good athletes, but they lost a lot of key players from last year. It'll be interesting to see how they recover from that. Marin Catholic has got a very good football team.
They got the USC-bound lineman.
They do, and they've got I think a sophomore quarterback who's supposed to be very good.
He won the starting job, and he is ready to go.
Yeah, I think Marin Catholic is going to be a pretty good team, and this will be a very good test for El Cerrito.
And Cardinal Newman, which is in our rankings, will play a Thursday game according to Max Preps. They'll be playing Fortuna on Thursday night.
Yeah, I don't know much about Fortuna. I think they had a decent team last year, but Cardinal Newman is always tough, and I don't know, just looking at it right here, I'd have to say that they're probably a fairly solid favorite in that game.
All right, we're going to have a ton of coverage this week. Check us out at mercurynews.com, eastbaytimes.com. Sign up for that digital season pass, 16 cents a day for a year, 21 cents a day for 6 months.
Yep.
You get all of the high school coverage that you'll want to read about. Thanks. We'll sign off.